This is Fox Business Now. I'm Cheryl Casone. They started as sites to let kids trade ideas and information, kind of an online hangout, but are social networking sites like MySpace really a way to avoid school tragedies like Virginia Tech or even terrorism? Well, joining me now is personal technology coach Todd Townsend. He's got some answers. Todd, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, a younger friend of mine recently told me that her boyfriend broke up with her on MySpace. I don't know that much about it. Is it that powerful a site for kids?
Well, I guess breaking up on MySpace is better than breaking up by text message, which used to happen before there was a MySpace. But it is a really powerful site, Cheryl, and it has become more and more powerful as more people get online. One trend's changing with MySpace, though. You used to go on there and just add friends to your friend groups based on personal preferences or likes and dislikes, but you never really met these people before because these people could be all over the world. You could see 200-300 friends and say they're my friends, but they're really out there in cyberspace. What's starting to happen with sites like MySpace is people are starting to focus on personal interest and then actually go out and meet some of these people to conduct business or just get together out of interest groups and things like that.
So you're saying that business can actually be done from a place like MySpace. It's not just about kids hanging out and trading
That's
chats.
Absolutely correct. Okay. Businesses can go on there and try to recruit people and say, hey, we've got something good. You should come check us out. And by the way, if you're really interested in this, let's plan on meeting up somewhere in the future. So it doesn't just sit out there in cyberspace. It actually comes to the real world.
All right, let's talk about Virginia Tech for a minute. I mean, one of the things that we saw that day was these kids posting messages, trying to find each other. Right. It was horrible. What can we learn now looking back on the how MySpace played into that?
We can learn that social networking has gone from just something that kids do for fun online to having real emotional impact. People ran to MySpace and the Virginia Tech tragedy and some of the other social networking sites to find their friends, to find out if they were all right, to communicate when phones wouldn't work, and just to talk to each other and have some of that emotional outpouring at the time and find somebody to talk to. So you've taken something like technology, which can be boring sometimes, and you've brought emotion into it by letting people talk about something that was very, very close to their hearts. And that was a new trend.
All right. Now, what about like Friendster, and there's a site called Yelp, I believe. There's some other sites that are doing the same thing. I mean,
Friendster is so 2001. I think that went the way of the dodo a long time ago. And these sites do evolve. Something like MySpace has obviously remained very popular. Yelp's very interesting because Yelp started out as simply a review site for restaurants, bars, doctors, professional services, and the such. And we've all seen reviews before. Used to read them in the newspapers and things like that. What's changed is actual people review on these sites, and you can go in and then say, well, they like this restaurant and I did too, so I'll probably like some of the other things that they do. And at the same time, you can do business the same way. You say, oh, I'm involved in basket weaving. And they say, well, so are these people too. I can now go out and physically meet these people that I met online to conduct business, to build a brand, whatever. So again, just like MySpace, we're taking what was just an online entity out in cyberspace with no personal interaction and bringing it to a personal space.
How can corporate America, though, benefit from something like a MySpace or a Yelp? I mean, can Home Depot employees, or can they create groups on there? I mean, is there a way that businesses can actually capitalize or use these sites to better their business?
Absolutely, because by honing very closely what these sites focus on. So I go to a very specific interest group. The business can target those groups with advertising. They can target for recruitment and say, okay, I found the exact people I need on this space because I went through the reviews. They all have a similar mindset. I'm going to target them. So it's a very, very good targeting tool instead of just blast marketing.
All right. Well, Todd Townsend, a personal technology coach. Got my coaching in for the day. This was great. Thank you very much. Now I need a MySpace page. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. All right. You can get more coverage of all things business, of course, foxbusiness.com. And that is Fox Business Now. I'm Cheryl Casone.